Hey all, Heretic here, and it's that time of the week again. New Anomalies launching today about 1 p.m. Eastern time if the usual pattern's held. And we've got some wacky anomalies this week. I'm actually kind of excited about some of these because there's some vastly different ways to play the game. And I'm hoping to get to play a few of these today because these look pretty cool. Last week's came and went, and I really did enjoy a couple of them. I almost never saw the Barov style gambling one. I think I had it once and then it was gone. I mean, I played like 50 games. I just never saw it. But let's not worry about last week. Let's talk about this week's. Let us begin at the Curose of Aggramar. Start at 5 health in 5 gold. Your hero can only take 1 damage at a time. Now, obviously, we don't know some things about these because every week they launch and they're kind of new and I'm not really giving us any information. I'm assuming we start with no armor since you start with 5 health. And this one is a complete and nutty one. I hate ones that make the game shorter. And you certainly can't get killed in 1 turn with this one, but you still can die pretty fast. So I'm not a gigantic fan of this one conceptually. Now that being said, maybe in practice, once I get into the game, I'll enjoy it. But all of the ones that make you start with less health, I find at least, are very unenjoyable. But look at this one has a very weird way to play the game because basically you can lose 5 combats and then you're dead. So tempo is the key. We want to get as many minions as we can and we get as many big options as we can. Do not play for the long game on this one. Otherwise you probably won't be there for very long. If you're offered, say, Trade Prince or Curator, this might be one of those games you're like, I'm just going to take Curator so I can basically guarantee a top 4. Yes, if you go Trade Prince and you high roll, you're going to get a win, but that's true all the time. And this game could be very short as Trade Prince. 5 turns and you're dead does not sound like much fun to me. Now, if we're looking at some of the bans from this one, because we do already have the list, you can't be Lich Baz, you can't be Millhouse, Patchwork, AFK, Phelan, Demons has a whole tribe, and the Pirate Dreadbeard. Now, I find the Lich Baz one not really a shock because you do damage to yourself, that's a problem. Millhouse getting a ton of minions, ouch. Patchwork, 60 health, now you have 5, kind of defeats the purpose. AFK, you lose those first 2 combats, then you get tier 3s. That might be way too strong, I'm guessing. Phelan, kind of the same plan. In Demons, well, how do you play Demons if you can do damage to yourself? Like that Wrathweaver right off the bat. Bad idea, don't do this, please don't do this. So, interesting one to see here. My gut instinct is I'm not going to like this one, but let's see. Maybe at the end of the week, this will be my favorite. Now we have Summoning of Champions. At the start of the game, all players discover a tier 6 minion from the same choices. That is a huge thing I feel like they've learned, because it seems like in the past it would be, hey, everyone discovers from 3 minions, but they're all different ones. The fact that the same 3 makes this some balancing to this one. So that means if you're offered garbage, that means everybody else in the lobby was offered garbage. You really want to think about the synergy with your hero power with this one, because that really is going to make a big difference. You're going to have the person who hits Uther as their option. They're like, yeah, I'm going to take the tempo because there's a Divine Shield minion in the shop. I'm going to, hit it with Uther and be, bam, look at that, big stats. Then they're going to lose to the person who went really long game and really took a gamble and said, I'm going Boogie Monster, not really thinking it's going to take a while to get those minions. And then you're going to have the person who has a Rock. And most of the lobby will pick the Rock and just stay tier 1 and cycle elementals and be like, hey, look at me winning every combat because Rock and Elementals stats for days. That is going to be some really weird combinations. So you really want to think about your hero power can make this a different result, because basically everyone's going to kind of be going for certain angles and their hero power is the defining difference between you and everybody else. So really think about that after you choose which one of these you're going to take. Now for things that are banned from this one, we have AFK, Finley, Reno, Rafam, Tess, Sneed, Scabs, Phelan. Well, I mean, can you imagine Tess, Scabs just stealing extra copies of the one all the time? Reno, just turn 1, gold, be like, yeah, here we go, we're all set. Okay, Finley, I mean, it's just to prevent people getting Tess in Scabs with the Finley. AFK, who knows about the interactions, they take a ton of damage. So there's definitely some questions here about how things are going to interact and what we're going to get. But I think this one's actually pretty straightforward and kind of fun. I'm really looking forward to this one. This is a cool new anomaly. All right, folks, next we have Shackles of the Primus. Buckle up. This is going to take a hot second here. After each combat, remove your warband. At the start of your turn, triple your gold. So, turn 1, you buy a minion. Play it. Disappears. Turn 2, you have 8 gold. What? You heard me. You have 8 gold. Maybe turn 1, you buy a minion. You don't play it, because if it's in your hand, you're okay. Turn 2, you tier, and then buy a higher minion. There's going to be some really weird ways to play this one. Like, that's just me off the cuff right now thinking about it, going, oh, wait, right off the bat. Hanging on to cards is going to give you big value. Tribes like Undead that have aura buffing are going to be a huge difference in this one, because your Undead will be buffed permanently, like when you play certain minions like a Nerubian. There's going to be different ways to do this, and it's going to be really interesting to see. So the ban list for this is just mind-boggling. Are you ready for this one? Banned from Shackles of the Primus are the following: demons, dragons, mechs, pirates, Gallywix, Sylvanas, N'Zoth, Curator, Ancient Scout, because it would be useless, really. All upbeat minions. So anything with upbeat in the name, gone, because you're not going to get value from them. They take turns to work. That was not going to fly. So we're going to get rid of all that stuff. But that is a crazy ban list. Look at that. Look how much is just straight up not from the game. First of all, there's 10 tribes, 4 of them banned. Just nope, can't play these. It is going to be a very different and interesting anomaly. I feel like this one is probably the one where they're pushing the edge by far compared to all the other ones. Some of them are very different, but this one takes the game and throws it out the window and says, welcome to crazy. And you really got to think about your hero power, because hero powers that don't go off a lot, one use only, are useless. Things that have a limited effectiveness, like, why would you play Zephyrus with this? You get 2 to get a triple. That triple's gone the following turn. So it's like there are so many weird effects. I just want to see how this one's going to play out and what kind of craziness we're going to deal with this one. Are you the elemental player who gets a Nomi, who cycles a ton of elementals, hangs on to Nomi for a turn, hangs on to a couple elementals, cycles a bunch of them, they all disappear the following turn, throws them out because they're buffed again, like things like that. There's going to be so many weird angles that I'm not even considering yet, that some of you have already cooked up and written down and taken notes, and some of us haven't even in our wildest dreams come up with. This is going to be bonkers. I'm really looking forward to it, and at the same time just a little bit dreading this one. I really want to see how it's going to play out. What do you think about this week's anomalies? Are they exciting? Are they too dramatically different for you? Do you think, no, this is a bridge too far? It's like, yeah, I like, weird little differences. This is like a whole new way to play the game. Is it too much? Tell me what you think in the comments below. I want to hear. Is this exciting to you, or is this too damn much? Thanks for watching all. I hope you had a good time. Hope to see you in the Battlegrounds. Later.